3, 2.
but it's real. Zeitgeist, on the other hand, is just kind of throwing out these random. Oh,
Takes an inch to take some
Myth
out.
Russ had 12 disciples based on nothing. So when I do talk about Hilaria, what happens is I'll get comments going, "This is Zeitgeist nonsense," and I'm like, none of this is even in Zeitgeist, but Zeitgeist was so damaging to the discourse that whenever you make any argument that's even close to what sounds like Zeitgeist,
Right.
they immediately they just label it Zeitgeist.
Hey everyone, welcome to Zeitgeist Outlets. I'm Forrest.
I'm Major.
I'm Chip.
It's something unprecedented has happened this week. We've all actually seen what we're talking about.
What are we talking about, Forrest?
We're talking about, of course, the P. Diddy trial. No, Superman.
Superman.
That's last week's news. Yeah, that's old. Like, what's going on this week? Chris Brown's like not on trial, but he went to court.
Still punching ladies. Still
complete. No, he
them.
apparently hits him with a bottle, I think, but he's not going to be tried until October of 2026
Oh well, you gotta get the new single out, of course.
Yeah.
He's
He's
got
got to
to
pay for that
bills,
lawyer,
yeah.
baby. Yeah.
What's he got? Like 14 kids? That alimony's not cheap. That's for sure.
Well, like 10 less than Elon Musk, apparently. So yeah, Superman. We're talking about Superman. Superman the movie.
Speaking of Elon Musk, no, I'm just kidding. That's a troll. Guys, Superman, let's do it. All right, so round table, we all saw it, like Forrest said, which is why you clicked on the channel. You would click on a YouTube video about Superman, and you would expect all three people to watch Superman. And we did. Expectations succeeded. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe because we just did that G-spot for you. That G-spot, of course, being the good spot. I want to go around the table. And before we deep dive into anything... The gun spot. Oh my gosh, you're a genius. Yeah. Light for that alone. Just for that alone. Guys, let's go around the table. I want to start with Forrest. Overall thoughts on the James Gunn Superman movie?
Yeah, I mean, I had a good time in the theater. I would say like my enjoyment level for this movie is on par with like the two Guardian sequels. They were enjoyable, but just a lot of like random events happening after one another. A lot of jokes. Most didn't land.
None.
A lot of punk rock.
Stop trying to be
indie rock
James Gunn.
that James Gunn likes that no one else likes.
Did you know?
I like it.
Did you know he made his own pop punk song? If you're an idiot like me and you sat through all of the credits to get to that dumb post-credit scene, you might have seen
God.
James Gunn got credits for making Monkey Crew, Monkey Ball, whatever he made that punk rock song and then put it in his own movie.
Yeah, I'm just like
James.
It's supposed to be for mainstream audiences, James. It's not for like you. But anyway, yeah. So like overall enjoyed it. Some really weird James Gunnisms that I expected, but I really wish he had like restrained himself on.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think overall David Cornswet did a good job. The suit looks awful, cheap.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It totally like it was really hard to enjoy this because it looked like 1979. The suit looked better on Christopher Reeve and. The Brandon Ruth suit was better, probably the most comic accurate.
All the suits, Henry Cavill's suit, all CGI. Green Lantern away. It looked so much better than this. My mom made me a Superman suit when I was like 12, and I was like, "This is the last year you're going Halloween trick or treating," and I was like, "Well, you better make this costume a good one." Dope ass. I looked way better with the red whitey tidies than David Cornswet. Awful.
Lane, good. Lois Lane was good. Jimmy Olsen, I really liked. Mr. Terrific was.
Mr. Terrific was funny.
Tubular. Didn't care for Guy Gardner or Hot Girl.
Guy
Wendell
Gardner.
Pierce's Barry White was wasted.
Was it his haircut or all of them?
The haircut was hilarious. It was
Which
so
one?
funny.
Guy Gardner haircut.
Well, it was just like Nathan Fillion would have been perfect as Hal because he actually voiced Hal in cartoons. But
yes.
The reason they didn't cast him as Hal is because the whole reason they're doing that Lantern show is to either kill off or retire Hal Jordan. And if they cast Nathan Fillion, he would have upstaged the guy playing Jon Stewart, and the fans would have been mad when they killed him off. But instead, they got the guy from I think the Friday Night Lights. He's a good actor, but I don't think he's going to be as charismatic as Nathan Fillion would have. But
Wait, is it?
yeah, it was a waste.
Is it
missed
not
opportunity.
the Archer or Arrow? John
What?
John
Green
Stewart,
Arrow?
John Stewart from Green Arrow.
No, Jon Stewart is the Green Lantern. from
Right, but
the-
like there was a
the
John
Black Green
character.
Lantern.
There's a John character who was black.
that was John Diggle. That was
John Diggle,
And
right.
Basically, because the CW
God, your memory's so
has
good.
like no rights to anything. Yeah, but he was created for the Green Arrow show, though. He has like
Right, but
nothing to do
like
with
there
Jon
were
Stewart.
rumors that he was so loved by the fans so that he was going to be the new Green Lantern in the HBO series that never took off.
No, I don't think they would have done that.
No,
But,
you-
I
you
mean,
don't think
people are just like he's.
Well, they fucked
People
up.
are just like his first name is John. He sort of looks like John. He could be Jon Stewart.
He
they
opened the
really don't
box. He
remember.
opened the box. I do
Yeah.
remember the season finale. He opened the box, and you never saw what was in the box, but you did see a green glow on his face.
Yeah.
It hinted at him becoming the Green Lantern.
Yeah.
All right.
But, yeah,
sorry.
those
Yeah, not to
characters.
cut you off. Final thoughts on, or final overall thoughts before we deep dive. First?
I'd give it like a good 7.25 out of 10.
Okay.
Not quite a 7.5, but
Yeah, that's accurate.
like between a 7 and 7.5
Now,
out of
what-
10.
what about you-
Enjoyable
what about
blockbuster.
You Tip. I think you love this movie. I think you really enjoyed it, right? Tell me. Yeah. Fuck Forrest. Tell me your true thoughts.
So I was pleasantly surprised with the like the ongoing kind of like in that genre. There's been just a lot of like like
Nothing
social
burger?
engineering going on, and this seemed to
With
be
the
less on the
monkeys?
social engineering. Yeah. Oh no. It poked fun at a lot of like like James Gunn has I really liked it. I would have rated it a little bit higher than 7.25, to be
You
honest.
can't.
Just because
This is your podcast. You
just
can't
because-
rate it
yeah,
higher.
it was funny. It poked fun at a lot of different like themes that were going on in Hollywood. The cameos were hilarious. We saw Peacemaker on
Yep.
on an interview on television that
Coming in
made
August.
me laugh, dude.
Just for a second.
So yeah, the monkeys typing the social media, the whole like now there was a bit of like disjointed like oh, like there was a lot of suspended
There's a lot of stuff
disbelief.
happening.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happening. You kind of had to just go with the flow of the movie. Like, all right, I accept that the fact that Superman's father is still alive. Okay,
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
I'll eat that. It's fine. I'll accept that.
That's not a core part of his personality as Superman. But
Yeah,
whatever. You don't
exactly.
even
I mean,
fucking
it was-
understand the character, James Gunn. Sorry, go on.
And then Superman's like mother was like really rednecky, and I was like, I mean, okay, Southern woman, being
Calling her husband mush. Yeah.
yeah,
I cleaned your boots. Oh, look, my husband's turning into mush because his son who saved the world every day has come back home and he's shedding a tear. What a pile of mush. I mean, he did look like a pile of mashed potatoes. I don't know who that actor is. I love when they cast iconic dads to be Father Kent, a Martin Sheen, the guy.
Well, they spent all their money on Jarrell. They couldn't really get a well-known actor.
Bradley Cooper. God dang Bradley Cooper and the hot girl from
He was
Westworld.
probably like half the budget was to pay Bradley Cooper for those. Yeah, I mean, you went from Marlon Brando, then you go to Russell Crowe, and I mean, I wouldn't say Bradley Cooper is as renowned as those first, although like Marlon Brando's a rapist, but
How is he now?
I'd say Russell Crowe. Well, yeah, that Last Tango in Paris movie. Apparently, he actually, I guess, raped or I don't know. It's weird. Just look it up. It's like apparently they didn't tell that actress that he was going to his character was going to rape her, and
Holy
um,
sh! Is
they
that
did it. Yeah,
who is the
I
director
don't,
on that? That sounds like
I think someone Italian or French, European. They're kind of like, I guess they don't
Oh,
think
it's a
rape is
rape.
bad.
We would rape left. We
that's
would
not,
rape
yeah.
right.
That sounds like an awful director who's like, no, if we don't tell the actress, we'll capture a more authentic image shot. It's like, God, you're such a piece of shit.
Yeah, so yeah, that's basically like kind of ruined Brenda's reputation. But and he was
Wait,
also
so
just
wait.
like he didn't memorize lines.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I
Like,
thought reading off of the cue cards would have ruined his
yeah,
reputation and being a fat bastard at
yeah,
the end, just being a lazy fat
yeah.
piece of shit.
It's just lazy and pretty much a diva. Like the latter half of his career. I mean, even like from Godfather on, and probably like a little before that. Like he didn't even like read. He only was like what in Apocalypse Now for what 10 minutes,
Yeah, they had to cut
and
his role down
he
drastically or
well,
whatever.
yeah, because he showed up like way too fat for the role. He was supposed to be like
That's my
a
favorite.
colonel in the army, and he's like
So
over
they just
250 pounds.
shoot
And I'm pretty sure,
the head up.
yeah,
Yeah,
well, yeah, the end were all black. You know,
he really
so
phoned it in.
yeah, he just did not give
We
a shit.
these days talk shit about like Bruce Willis and his final 10 red box movies or Nicolas Cage, whatever. But this has been going on for a long time and for a lot worse reasons than Bruce Willis. God bless him and his family. Tip,
Yeah.
final thoughts and final score out of 10 on Superman before we get into for my thoughts and the details.
I would give it a solid 8.
8. Okay.
8. I mean, just for sheer entertainment value.
Yes.
Like I was laughing, I was enjoying the fight scenes, some of like the little quirks, some things that like in the very beginning of the movie that I didn't necessarily. I was like, oh, why is this annoying dog? And then the dog kind of became like to me funny.
It's cute.
So it changed throughout my perception of things because I just kind of
100%.
relaxed into it, accepted. I was like, all right, this movie isn't going to be perfect, but it is funny.
This is my Superman.
Um,
I should accept him.
Exactly, kind of, and that's it's partly my approach to life too. It's just like, all right, uh, things aren't exactly what I would expect them to be, but ultimately, it was fun. It was kind of like, Peacemaker was really fun.
Fun. Yes.
James Gunn just puts on like a good show.
Yes.
Entertains people without like getting too, political.
Too into the weeds.
And that was
yes. Yeah.
that was pleasantly surprising. Is that
I agree. Not woke. Not woke at all.
yeah? So DC took a track that is a higher ground, honestly, because we don't need people just like food and games, and we like to have a little bit of fun because there are many serious things in life
Yeah.
that we're dealing with. We want something that brings us out of that. And for a couple hours out of my life, I was just brought into this fun world
Yes.
where like all these different superheroes, like the collaborations with like the Justice Gang or whatever it was really funny and unexpected. So there was a lot of like unexpected pieces that came into play. I was just like, oh, I didn't see that coming. And in a movie, I like that. I like to
Yes.
not see things coming.
You were thoroughly
So.
enjoyed, and that's all that really matters, right?
Yep.
I think that's a great segue into my opinion on the piece, and I'm an asshole because I made these two guys give ratings out of 10, but I don't think, and I've contemplated this a lot. I can't rate this on a scale of 1 to 10. I just can't. There's
1 to 20.
there's just too many factors involved. Like, was this? Let me say, first off, go see this movie in theaters. So enjoyable, 100%. I'm gonna praise this movie. I'm gonna shit on this movie a lot, but regardless of the criticism, this is, I think, in my opinion, pound for pound, dollar for dollar, the best, it's the most movie you could see for $16, $18, $20 in a movie theater for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
There's so much movie going on. And that's because There's nothing original going on in this plot. That's my biggest complaint, is that every major plot point from this movie, and we'll get into the details when we get into the details, is just a nod or complete ripoff of earlier Superman adaptations. I really came around to this movie. It felt like I stepped in the middle of something mucky, right? Like, this wasn't a Superman 1 movie. This felt like I posted online and I called it James Gunn's Guardians of Metropolis 2. Right? Like, this felt like a sequel to a movie that we didn't watch. And that's completely there, right, in the intro text, where instead of, James Gunn harks back to the old adage, tell, not show. So they told us 300 years ago, meta-humans showed up, and then 30 years ago, Superman showed up, and then 3 years ago, Superman showed up in Metropolis, and then 3 minutes ago, Superman got his ass kicked.
Where we have Zeus and the Amazons fighting Darkseid.
He didn't want to show that.
I guess so. He was just like, I'll just...
this felt like a direct response to the Snyderverse. However, this shit felt so dark at some points. I thought Zack Snyder was still directing this movie. Like, so I didn't come around on David Cornswet until he saved the squirrel. Let's just go. Let's dive into the details, because I'm not going to give it a rating. I can't give it a rating. All I can say is go see the movie in theaters. It's worth seeing in theaters on the big screen. But like, so David Cornswet, not my Superman, until he saved the squirrel. And then I was like, all right, this is my Superman. And I think that's not because of David. It's because of the script. Like, Superman is a beacon of hope, right? He is truth, justice, and regardless of what this director says, the American way. He is a beacon of hope. And then, like, the first image we ever see of your new Superman, and he's getting his ass kicked, and then a scrappy dog comes up and, just kind of like foots him in the ribs, and like he's like, oh, I'm so hurt from this. But like, no, where was the cool Superman? Superman lost every battle except for the last one. That's it. Like, every battle you look at, he didn't win. Like, even the kaiju, which we're going to get into with the Justice Gang, he didn't defeat the kaiju, right? Mr. Terrific threw the T-spheres into his stomach and blew it up and killed the kaiju. Mr. Superman, Mr. Terrific. Superman did not win a single battle until he dislocated his shoulder and then threw Ultraman into a black hole. Okay, so let's get into it. I don't think there is a single original idea in this movie. Cloning, that was Superman 4. Lex Wants Land, that was Superman 78. The subsequent fault line splitting, just like the antimatter rift, so in Superman 78, Lex wanted to split the what's under the ground. You know what I'm talking about,
the San Andreas fault.
Yes, thank you.
But also, I think we had they did Bizarro better in the CW series. Superman
Was
Lois
this Bizarro? Yes, they did.
This is proto Bizarro. He's not quite Bizarro yet.
Ultraman. All right, let's jump ahead for a second. Ultraman. What a spoiler alert! When Lex and the engineer lady and Ultraman, and they go to Superman's lair in the Antarctic, which also I thought that was in the North Pole, but maybe it's in the Arctic. I think
I wish that was the North Pole.
Yeah, I think James Gunn is trying to lean into like conspiracy theories about shit happening on the Antarctic or whatever. But anyway, like
could be.
When she's like, "How do you expect us to get in?" and he's like, "You don't need to worry about me." And then it just opens up like instantly. Like, I had, as a longtime comic fan, I'd forgotten Ultraman was Superman clone. But as soon as like the Fortress of Solitude opens up, I'm like, oh, Ultraman's a clone. Like, just way to fucking ruin that in the very first like 20 minutes of the movie. And he's like the hammer of We're not going to get that name right. I couldn't spell it. We're not going to get it right. That's okay.
Moravia.
Moravia, thank
What
you. Which is your present day choose your country of choice. But let's see. Superman is weak to kryptonite. That's all of them. The pocket zone, let's be honest, that's just the Phantom Zone repackaged. Am I right? Like, there's a Phantom
It is.
Zone and there's a pocket. Okay.
Definitely, yeah.
Superman gets investigated by the government. That was literally the last movie. Batman versus Superman. He had to literally go in front of Congress, and there was Granny's peach tea or whatever. The plot twist where Superman, we unscour the data, and it turns out he's supposed to like overtake the world and have lots of wives with his harem or whatever. That's the plot of Invincible. Like, is there anything or Zod with the Superman, Man of Steel, with Zack Snyder? Remember, it was like we're taking over Earth and we're creating a new kryptonite. Perry keeps telling Jamie to stop calling him Chief, like Superman 78. Lex breaks out of the Fortress of Solitude, like those two do in 78. Lois interviews Superman, like they do in 78. And then inside of Lex's pocket dimension, he's got a zoo. That zoo is a complete ripoff of Brainiac's zoo. Like, so there's not a single original thought in this entire movie. Now, it's up to you, the viewer, if you like that. Do you like that James Gunn took, I know it's 80, but like, let's say 60 years of comics and movies and then amalgamated his own movie? Like, is that what we want, or do we want a brand new idea? What do you guys think? Like, would you like a brand new Superman movie, or like, see, here's the problem. Like, this was so much, like,
It's a good
you would
point.
think when you're referencing the past, it would be nostalgia bait, but I didn't feel a single ounce of nostalgia through this entire movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, this wasn't like a
Right. Well, it was like old
callback.
ideas that were repackaged.
It was repackaged. Yes, it wasn't reimagined. It wasn't repurposed. It was repackaged. You're 100% correct.
Yeah, which I mean, that's fine for like I mean, think about how old Superman is, right?
Old.
There's a huge amount of lore. There's all these stories, and you take a lot of ideas. I mean, it's not invention, but it's innovation. So it's like, pulling from different inspirations, and then kind of putting a twist on them. I mean, James Gunn, I think, does that a lot, and he's really good at it.
Yes.
So it's almost like you don't get the nostalgia feel because it's so
It's new.
different than what it looked like before. That, I mean, I didn't really connect those dots. I just kind of watched the movie. I was like, oh, this is fun,
Yeah, no.
And
In the movie, I didn't connect any of these dots. It was on the way home. I'm driving, and I'm like, wait a second. I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking about that. And I'm like, I've seen every single plot beat of this. I've seen all of this before. And, maybe he was going for the best of Superman. And maybe for the general audience, this is going to hit so hard. My wife really enjoyed this movie. And I'm not saying I didn't really enjoy this movie. I just didn't really enjoy the. I don't know if this was a good Superman movie. This was a good movie. I just don't know if it was a good Superman movie. I mean, if you look at James Gunn, he has zero track record of doing solo adventures, right? He's always ensemble. The best example is Guardians of the Galaxy, right? So, like, what happened here? We had a misfit crew: Mr. T, Hawk Girl, Guy Gardner's haircut, and then Superman, and then Lois Lane. Let's let her into it. Like, that was like a ragtag miscreant group of people. So I think James Gunn kind of played it close to his head. Force, you have final thoughts before we move on to what I think is the most important issue of the movie?
What's the topic of discussion? Just like the movie in general, or What do you want me to comment on?
Oh, just the originality of the movie. Yeah, I know that was a little bit of a tangent. It's hard to keep up with. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
it was an
it would have
original.
been nice to see a villain that wasn't. I mean, I guess we technically haven't seen Bizarro ever, even though this wasn't even really Bizarro.
Right, it's still
Um,
Ultraman.
Yeah,
Now,
because like I
if
mean,
Bizarro comes out of that black hole, now we've got a new story.
that's
on our
I mean, but
hands.
yeah, it's like why just do Bizarro? Like, don't
Just do
give us. We don't
Bizarro.
want to see Proto Bizarro.
No.
It's like Hollywood thinks we have to see the origins of every single villain. It's just we just want to
Thank
see
you,
the villain.
Ironheart.
We don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to see like who they are before. Like, just have them like Crossbones in Captain America.
Yeah,
Like we had to
just be
see
bad.
Crossbones' his origin in Winter Soldier, and then just get like 3 minutes of him in Civil War. I think it was like the same thing with I think Baron Mordo. Like we didn't get to see Baron Mordo be evil. We had to see him as a good guy, and then he became evil,
Yeah.
and then we just never saw that version ever again. So it's just like just show us the villain we want to see.
Yeah.
We don't give a shit about the origin.
And please don't waste
Yeah.
6 episodes called Ironheart on Disney Plus to give us that origin. Please don't. All right, so I want to move on to maybe what is
Iron Shark.
the most pressing and underlining issue of this movie. Superman is in love with Lois Lane. Clark Kent is in love with Lois Lane, and she does not love him back. He is the god dang Man of Steel. Cornswet is hot. I don't care what you say. He's from the female gaze, attractive, right? Like, if you look at the opening scene when we meet Clark Kent and he's going into the Daily Planet, Cornswet is only 6'5", okay? But he's clearly 6 to 8 inches taller than everyone else. They just hired short extras for that part to make Superman look so much more imposing. But he is an imposing guy. He's got muscles. He's good looking. But he tells Lois Lane that he loves her. She doesn't say anything back. And then he goes off and does whatever. And then later on, she confesses to Mr. Terrific that she was going to break up with Superman. And then only after he saves the world from this fucking anti-particle drift or whatever, he saves the world, does she say, I love you, and he picks her up and they fly in the mall and they kiss and whatever. But it's like, holy shit, guys, just give up. Just give up, guys. You could be the literal Man of Steel, and it's still not enough for fucking 6s. Like, you can't just be the Man of Steel. You have to be the Man of Steel and save the goddamn planet before a woman would be interested in you. Like, just fucking give up, guys. Like, this is game over. Like, fuck all of this. Dude, I'm out. Thank God I got out of the game early, and I'm planning on staying out of the game. But Jesus, this game over. I mean, unless no, that wasn't James Gunn. That was Taika Waititi having all those threesomes in Australia. But guys, what do you think about this? Like, just is there any hope?
Yeah, I mean, I think
any hope for Clark Kent?
Steve Lombard was a complete failure because he's supposed to be like Clark's bully at the Daily Planet, and he's literally like a foot shorter than him in the movie. Because he's supposed to be like an NFL player in the comics, and he's like the guy who picks on Clark in the office, and Clark can't really like fight back because it looks close to his identity as Superman. So, you know, they kind of failed at that. Like, I think that guy's like on SNL, and
Yes.
which didn't surprise me because he wasn't funny.
No, he's not.
So
he's not funny on SNL either. To be honest, to be fair, he's
what
not
was
funny
the-
on
what was-
SNL.
What was that joke when like he was on the phone? Was he like talking to a prostitute? Like what was the point of that?
Oh,
It's supposed to be funny. I like.
was he
It's like
trying to
he thinks
like
they're
hide
all
his
they're
mom?
running.
Or...
He's like, I don't know if he's like talking like a escort or something. I guess that was the joke they were going for. But
I think so. It didn't land.
It was supposed to be funny. It just no. And
No.
like his character just wasn't funny at all. And it's just like they could have just cut it completely. Same thing with one of the Cat Grant, and the black guy who just randomly got on the ship too, or I think whose lines got cut. Because I think they should have just it should have just been Jimmy, Lois, and Perry White, and even Perry White barely had anything to do in this movie.
What do you think about Cat Grant? Was that I like to think that was an homage to busty ladies in comic books. that got every
Well, that's her
12
character in
year-old.
the that's her character in the comics. She's sort of like the I won't say like office slut, but she's like basically like an older
But
woman
basically, yeah.
who's trying to pretend she's still in her 20s, or just attract men in her 20s. I guess they got that aspect of her character. I mean, she wasn't really like trying to like hit on Jimmy or anything like that, but
No.
it was just like her character is pointless. They should just like nix that one in Steve Lombard and Hawkgirl and Guy Gardner too.
It is crazy that Jimmy was pulling more tail than Clark Kent. That I think that's wild. So let's talk about Jimmy Olsen. I think it's the best on-screen adaptation of Jimmy Olsen I've ever seen. Especially compared to Zack Snyder, who, quote, I don't know what to do, or paraphrase, quote, I don't know what to do with Jimmy Olsen, so I just killed him off in the first scene. Like,
oh yeah,
much better, you know? You remember Batman vs. Superman? They just killed Jimmy Olsen off at the very beginning.
Yeah.
So this a much better use of Jimmy, I would say, especially with Mutant
Yeah, he was
Toes.
great.
And just the way, like,
Yeah, that was
I don't
a weird.
know. I don't know how many people can relate to this, but like needing a crazy woman, but not wanting to be around a crazy woman who needs you. Like I've felt that before, and I thought it was portrayed 100% to perfection. Like he was like, I don't really want. Okay, yes, like yes. I mean, at some point,
Let's
I'm
smile
like,
at things.
yeah, I'm like, suck it up for the
Skeleton.
story, Jimmy. Suck it up for the story. But at the same time, he's like, oh. And then he's like, one weekend. And then in the end, she's like, so we're going to spend the rest of our lives together. And he's like, that wasn't the deal. Like, I was like, crazy bitches be crazy.
I mean, if somebody loves you obsessively, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
as long as you can take down a billionaire in the process. But I'll tell you this, gentlemen, when you put her on a pedestal, I forgot the rest of that quote. Something about falling off. Don't put her on a pedestal, guys. You should be on a pedestal. Male life, yeah. Manosphere. Go ahead, hashtag us. Just wrap us in. Put us in that algorithm, please.
Into the Supermanosphere.
Let's talk about this wokeism for a second. What wokeism? What the fuck are you talking about? Inside Edition did an entire 3-minute piece, which is all their pieces are 3 minutes long, about how woke Superman is. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, because he's an immigrant? No, he's an alien. Have you seen
From
E.T.?
another planet.
Have you seen E.T. by Steven Spielberg? We acted the same fucking way. This isn't an immigration analogy, story, or metaphor. No. This is an alien from. Look, Batman said it best. There's a 1% chance. There's a 1% chance, so we gotta investigate it. It's okay. It's not about immigrants. Gross. And fuck anyone in the media who is trying to turn a superhero alien from Krypton into a immigration allegory from Mexico. Fuck that. That's just the lowest form of propaganda, in my opinion. It's probably as bad as Guy Gardner's haircut. Huge.
They're trying to stretch into. They're trying to make something that was just, I mean, in my eyes, very purely entertainment.
Nothing. Yeah, it's
Something.
In our version of Superman, he doesn't come from Krypton. He actually does come from Kansas. How does he get his powers? Why is he allergic to kryptonite? We don't know. Get the fuck out of here. So stupid. But on a reverse wokeism card, what do we think about the engineer? She was cool. That was good. A little blades.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like James Gunn couldn't really think of anything for stakes against Superman except another Kryptonian or kryptonite. But we at least the engineer, like him almost being choked to death by nanomachines or suffocated from nanomachines. Okay, that's different at least.
Maybe.
Although she didn't really seem to do much damage. I mean, he was able to function pretty well when he had the nanomachines inside him. But
here's my question. So the nano machines blocked up his lungs, and you're right, it didn't really seem to affect him that much. The first post-credit scene is with Superman and Crypto, the dog, sitting on the planet or sitting on the moon, looking at planet Earth. So, like, does he need to breathe oxygen or not? So, like, if he doesn't need to breathe oxygen on the moon, then the nanobites filling up his lungs would mean absolutely nothing to him. But then, if it means absolutely nothing to him, why does he have lungs? What's happening here?
Yeah, there was a little disconnect.
And like,
There was a little.
fuck, it wouldn't be that. I wouldn't even mention it, except the mid-credits scene is 1 second long. Like, you made me go through all that shit just for 1 second of Superman and Crypto sitting on the moon watching the Earth. So now I'm gonna fucking nitpick all of his breathing problems on Earth.
Wait, you didn't see the second?
I did. I
Okay.
I did.
Which I thought was kind of funny. I mean, yeah, like the building didn't line up, and Mr.
Right?
Terrific was supposed to have everything
He's
just
like,
right.
what am I supposed
perfect.
to do? Yeah, he's like, what? My whole time, I just thought Superman was gonna just push that building into place, but he doesn't. He was just complaining. He wasn't like fixing the problem.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Talking about fixing the problem. Hashtag I can fix her. Supergirl at the very end of the movie. She comes in all drunk. She's been partying on Red Suns. There is so much continuity questions about that. So, like, if she can't get drunk on a yellow sun, then she has to go to a red sun to get drunk. Then how did she get back to Earth on the yellow sun? Did she lose her powers? Is she flying? Does she have a spaceship? But she called Superman a bitch, which I thought was really funny. She's just, I thought it was a great teaser for the Supergirl movie. Like, she's just some drunk girl. Oh, she's the blonde girl from the first season of House of Dragons, Olivia, whatever her name is.
Yep.
Yeah, who played for House Targaryen, the heiress.
Of course, what's her full filmography? First, last name, where she was born.
Her full
Parents,
filmography is
what was
basically
maiden
House of the
name?
Dragon. That's it.
It's House of the Dragons, and then
I don't know what
Superman.
she's done.
Yeah, so so that actually did make me excited. Like, let's watch this obnoxious teenage girl. Like, let's see. Like, I am not excited. I'm curious. What is this Supergirl movie going to be about? But
If it's by James Gunn, it will be funny.
I stand firm that this was not a good Superman movie. This was a good movie. This was a good to great, very entertaining movie, but I don't think it was a Superman movie. There wasn't a lot of hope. He had this at the end there. He's talking to Lex Luthor. He's like, "I'm great because I make mistakes and I'm human." No, bro, you're not human. You're Superman. You're supposed to be like you're a symbol of hope. We're all supposed to aspire to you, bitch. I make mistakes every single day. The guy next to me makes mistakes every single day. I'm not aspiring to be him. Like this.
Wait, time out though.
Okay.
Remember in the 1978 Superman, against all advice, against all reason, he travels back in time with Lois Lane in order to save her life. Remember that? So he is fallible. I mean, we've seen Superman be fallible, before, so he does have these human traits. So it kind of brings him, brings it down to earth, and makes it so that, like,
he's relatable.
Yeah, he's super strong. He's talented. He's practically invincible.
Yeah,
but he can be beaten. Lex Luthor,
which we saw
did
several times.
Whoop his butt, but obviously using another Superman that was, like, programmed to do all the
Let's
all the
talk
moves.
about it. Let's talk about the moves. Lex Luthor is in his headquarters castle throne, eventually floating castle, and he's just screaming out like combinations like B4, F12. Here's my question. That seems very, very stupid. Like, you have 20 people in that room. Why would you not just give them all a letter? What is A12, F15? Like, what are we doing here? Like, and even if like every individual limb was like given a letter and then like just different things with the numbers, that still doesn't make sense for what he's talking about at all. But he's just like in the reaction times, like he has to watch it on screen. He has to think about like what to do, and like yes, he has methodically studied Superman for 3 years, so he knows all of his moves or whatever. But that's still not faster than or superhuman reaction of Superman. It's just it didn't make a lot of sense when you were going to the refrigerator at night, reaching for.
Well, this Superman was definitely like powered down from previous versions of Superman that we saw, like the Superman from, like Justice League and things like that. This was just not as strong of a Superman, Whereas like before, he might like hold the building up and then push it back into place. This time he was like, "Oh, I got it. Drive away."
Yeah,
Okay,
you mentioned the exact example I was thinking of. Yeah, when that giant building was coming down, I thought he was going to lift it like back up, but then it was like, no, I'm just going to get on all fours. Like he looked like a cat. He looked like a little cat, just like, oh, I'm fucked. It's like, you better drive away, girl. And then she did. Thank goodness, no one was hurt at all in the making of this film.
Yep, everybody.
I mean, I don't mind there being more stakes in a Superman film. Superman is like way overpowered, so I didn't really mind that aspect, like that he had a physical challenges in this movie.
It makes it better.
I just wish they had
I did like
besides Kryptonite and another Kryptonian. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, Parasite would have been a good villain to use, but
so derivative. Mr. Mistlepilix, if you want to just come out of the gate.
Well, he
balls gunning.
was in the movie, kind of. He was that interdimensional imp.
Oh,
that was fighting. Yeah.
Oh,
actually, yeah. By the way, like Superman saves a squirrel in this movie, but he can't help his friends fight off an imp.
Oh no, they got that. Yeah, they've got that. That's totally under control. And I think, a great movie reviewer. He's got a red screen and great black hair. Can't remember his name right now. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on him. But he pointed out that while that was a really touching moment between Clark and Lois, that he couldn't remember a single part of the dialogue because he was too busy watching the bit in the background with like Guy Gardner hitting the imp with like a bat and stuff like this. So it's like 100%. I agree with you on that. Like James Gunn took the humor from Marvel and unfortunately displaced it into the DC universe. I did. One thing that did make me laugh, and that's personal laughter because I'm who I am. When Mr. Terrific was talking about how Superman, Clark Kent, comes down to Earth and he's got half of a message from his parents, and then it gets cut off and they can't do anything about it. All these Kryptonians, these robots, they're super smart. But however, Lexus Girl, the engineer, can decipher and untangle the message. And we find out that Superman was basically, you're here to love all these people. You're also here to take them over and get a wife so you can have as many children as possible. You can create your own harem. I laughed, unintentionally I laughed, when Mr. Terrific was like, this was verified by 23 experts, so I know it's true. It just reminded me of the 51 intel agents who were like, no, the Russian hoax is true. Or do you know what I'm talking about? The laptop? No, the dossier. The Russian steel dossier? Anyway, 51 intel agents claimed that the Hunter Biden laptop was fake. It was Russian propaganda. And then turns out to be real. So I laughed out loud when they were like, 23 agents said this was real footage, so it must be true. I was just like, okay, James Gunn.
Looked hard at some stuff.
Yeah, I was like, okay, James Gunn. I see what you're doing there. That's funny.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That was a funny moment. Look, the more intel agents claim something is true, my trust in that information is inverse correlative to its veracity. It's like, all right, if 1,000 said it was true, I'm 1,000 times less likely to believe it.
Oh yeah, that was also like just the
professional liars.
The public immediately turning against Superman after one news broadcast, and then immediately loving him again after another one.
Well, that kind of does sound like America.
That does sound like America.
These sheeple following the mainstream media, who I loved.
This is America.
And according to the media, I would agree with this, the newspaper. The true hero of Metropolis was that food vendor who got shot by Lex Luthor in the prison realm or whatever, when he was playing Russian roulette, and he was like, "Oh, I thought this would last longer." I was like, that was like a little a jaw-dropping moment, because he was like, "I'm going to question you," and he just killed him in the second question. But all that guy's only crime was giving Superman a hot dog one day. Isn't that wild? And then he was like, "Oh, well,
No such thing as a free lunch.
I'll be back." Jesus.
He paid for it.
Forrest, oh my God.
He paid for it big time.
All good deed. No good deed
no
goes
good deeds
unpunished.
goes undone. Yeah, unpunished.
And that is the truth.
But then Lex is like, "I'll go find that reporter that you love to talk to, Clark Kent." Nothing. There's no follow up to that. Lex doesn't discover that Superman's Clark Kent. That could have gone in a whole nother direction, but I guess the screenwriters have as much ADHD as this podcast does. I wanted to ask you guys, did you notice when you're watching the movie? So, big props to John Williams' the original Superman theme that they played throughout the movie. But did you notice there was a bunch of times where they played some guitar notes, and it's like da-dun, and it was like the first two notes of 5 for Fighting by Superman, or Superman 5 for Fighting? Did you guys pick up on that?
I did not.
Okay, well, I did. All right, so 3 different times during the movie, they play the first 2 opening notes for Superman 5 for Fighting. You know, the I wish that I could fly.
Oh, right.
Fall down on my knees. Yeah, that. So they play the first 2 notes, and then they would just play a different song after that. But like the first 2 notes were definitely supposed to like trigger like that dopamine nostalgia like hit in your brain, because that's what it did to me. So yeah, if you guys rewatch it, or listeners out there, if you're going to watch it, like let's listen to this first 2 guitar notes. It's uncanny. They're the exact same notes, but then it changes. It's not 5 for Fighting, and I thought they would play the 5 for Fighting song in the finale, and that'd be like the big payoff. But they just never did. They never did. I don't know why, but I feel like there was something definitely heading that way.
Royalties. The movie was expensive enough.
Yeah, it was probably too expensive.
But yeah, I think, if Gunn keeps his word that other DC movies in this shared universe, won't have the same tone, and that he won't greenlight movies unless there's a completed script.
Yeah,
and
smart.
That he'll give directors more creative freedom than Feige does, then I'm like slightly optimistic for more DC movies. I mean, Supergirl, I could take or leave. I'm not really.
I'm taking her. You leave her. I'm taking her. I can fix her.
Okay. So I mean, we'll see a trailer, and then maybe I'll get, because that's going to introduce Lobo, Jason Momoa as Lobo, who should have been cast as Lobo in the first place. But
so
my God, James, get a better costume designer. Sorry.
Yes, God, so bad. And probably a haircut for Guy Gardner. Although I'm kidding, I know that was his actual haircut.
We're gonna see him again in Lanterns. We got Lanterns and Supergirl. I think are the things like filming right now.
Yeah, Batman script
Clayface,
just got turned in. I don't know what's going on with Clayface.
Clayface. I don't think is gonna take place in this shared universe,
Ooh.
but it's been greenlit. I don't really care about Clayface. It's so stupid. It's like Craven the Hunter just failed. The last Venom movie just failed. The last Joker movie just failed. Like, let's stop with these solo villain movies. People
No,
don't give a shit.
you're gonna eat these words. I guarantee.
It's no,
you.
no, no, no.
You're gonna
James Gunn
Clayface.
just,
Clayface
no,
is gonna
no,
be
hold on.
awesome.
No, hold on. James Gunn just has a body horror fetish. Just watched the movie Slither. His first movie directed. He just has a body horror fetish. He loves body horror, and he was like, the Substance just came out, and he was just like, "Ooh, let's have our own Substance." He's making movies for him. He doesn't make movies for the general mainstream audience. Yeah, but
that's a good way to go about things. Is do stuff for you.
I was gonna say
we
make podcasts for us, not for the audience.
Yeah.
So
please, no more
who makes
punk
art.
rock.
I just do it for me.
No more punk rock in a mainstream superhero movie.
Yeah, no more punk rock.
Anyway,
that'd be great. All right, so let me finish this up.
Mainly your thoughts.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is a great place to end it, but I do want to add this one fun fact because I did have to research it. Guy Gardner made a quick reference to Superman and his glasses being able to hypnotize people. Do you guys remember that when he's talking to Lois Lane? It turns out that's an actual thing. So in Superman issue 330, it's revealed that Clark Kent's glasses magnify Superman's hypnotic abilities, allowing Clark Kent to choose the image he wants people to see. So first off, I didn't know Superman had hypnotic abilities. And then on top of that, what is this magic? So apparently Clark Kent can just cast the image of what you want him to look like with his glasses. So when you take the glasses off and you change the hair, you can't fucking tell it's Superman. But I thought that was a wild Easter egg that I just wanted to include. Like, I gave James Gunn a lot of shit because there's zero original ideas in this movie. But there are some great Easter eggs. There are some great callbacks.
Yep. Now, remember Lois and Clark were talking about like or during the interview, or I guess in that scene with the interview.
Yeah.
She kind of she was saying like those glasses won't hide your identity forever. People are going to eventually see through it. So I thought that was kind of funny because like that's our perception is like
100%.
Yeah, like you take those glasses off, like he looks like Superman.
It looks just like Superman.
Not a great concealer. Like wear a fake mustache, maybe.
Something
like that. And then also with the interview, that was a terrible interview. It was a super hostile,
so bad,
super hostile interviewer, and I was like,
yeah, good looking late after that.
Doesn't she like him? And so why would she be so,
She likes her job more. Lois Lane is always a reporter first, no matter what. That's her biggest flaw or character trait. She is always going to be a reporter first. If that costs her the story or her marriage, that's her.
Yeah, so I guess that is
the opposite of Bob Costa. But awesome. Guys, I think Superman, go see it in theaters. Wouldn't you agree?
Go see it. It's fun.
Yes, it was fun. And thank you so much for listening, guys. Final
if you want to support local theaters, I think you'll have a good time.
Yes.
But just don't expect a masterpiece.
No. But all right, so
it's not a masterpiece. But
here's the final question as we log off. Better or worse than The Flash? We'll start with you, Forrest.
I haven't seen The Flash.
Fuck, Forrest! What? You haven't seen The Flash?
No.
Bro!
What?
It's James Gunn's favorite anime. It's James Gunn's favorite Superman.
That's what scares me. That's what scares me.
All right, tip. Better or worse than The Flash?
I
know it's really hard. They're on par with each other.
So for just, I don't know. The Flash was a very good movie. It was fun. It was funny. I had like all kinds of like plot twists. I had some unexpected things. the Reverse Flash. You know, like how he became like this like
How he became
entity
yeah.
traveling through time and all this stuff.
Forrest, I can't believe it.
I think the Flash movie probably topped this.
Yeah, just a little
What's
bit.
his name? Ezra
Miller.
Forrest. What's his name? Miller.
Ezra Miller.
Filmography Forrest. No. Mother's maiden name. But what's his mother's maiden name, Forrest?
I'm sorry, what? I don't fucking know.
Ezra.
You should have just made one up. You should have just made it up.
And nobody would ever know. But yeah, the Flash movie was you know, pure entertainment. Just a ton of funny moments. Very well done.
Yeah.
Great plot. And Ezra Miller is a very likable kind of actor. At least I like him.
On camera, off camera,
on
not
camera.
so much.
I don't know what he's like. I don't judge people for like so. You just look at people, and there is a major issue with this in society, is where it's like somebody produces these wonderful things, and then their character gets judged. Well, artists are the most flawed individuals possible. That's why they're artists, because artists don't really fit in with the whole conventional da-da-da, and you know,
I'd agree. But
judging character, art is separate than somebody's character. That's coming from within their mind.
I would agree. However,
passionate people make the most mistakes.
He is very passionate. I do have to put the Woody Allen clause on you, though. He was allegedly trying to groom a 15-year-old girl, so we have to ixnay that.
Well, Woody Allen's movies are hysterical, and I would watch any one of them.
Absolutely.
Like, all right, yeah, Woody Allen.
But he married his 6-year-old cousin.
But ultimately, you know, his movies are, and his work is genius. So it's like, all right, you know, it's like Bill Cosby. Yeah. Bill Cosby is still, in my mind, probably one of the best stand-up comics to have ever walked the face of the earth. I mean, it's clean comedy.
He changed my life. Why Is There Air? One of the greatest comedy albums of all time. 100%. Michael Jackson, we still moonwalk when we're in our whitey tidies.
Interesting that Michael Jackson is still highly praised. I think because there's like a shadow of a doubt over what he did, but it's like
only because Macaulay Culkin. If Macaulay Culkin came out and said like he touched me, we'd be like bye Michael. But speaking of bye. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe, especially if you gotten this far into the video. You had to fucking like it. So do us a favor, comment. It helps the algorithm out. We appreciate it so much. Forrest, take us away.
Comment.
I'm Forrest.
I'm Major.
Listening.
And I am Tip.
We'll see you next time.